Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Carolina Creative. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator bringing you some card making ideas today. I am in a summery mood, and so I am back to working with Charming Duck Pond, but mostly it's the papers with the Lily Pad Lane Suite. There's some really fun papers in here, and what I pulled out this morning was this cute sheet. This was a 6x6 sheet. You can tell I've already cut something out of there. I have fussy cut one of these individual koi fish, and this was my inspiration for today. So I'm going to work with that. Another sheet of paper that goes with this set has the smaller koi fish, so I'm going to use this as well. And I've got a piece of the Lost Lagoon cardstock, which will coordinate nicely. Let me flip my camera here and show you what I've started working on. I've got my piece of designer series paper, and I've picked the this is peach pie, which coordinates with the color of my koi fish. So you can see I've already trimmed this piece of paper that's going to be my frame down to 5 inches by 3 inches, and then it's just a 1/4 inch less for the designer series paper. And I do this a lot. I will go ahead and punch out, if I'm going to use the same color for part of my sentiment background, I'll just punch it out of my frame and use that on top. So that's what I've done here. And then I've also picked up the gray, and I just used the deckled rectangles to do this. So this will build and become my sentiment here. So you get the idea of how I'm putting this together. I'm going to start stamping on the inside where I've got my sheet of white cardstock, and I keep these pre-cut. It's 5 1/4 by 4, so that these will very easily go into my card bases. So what I'm going to do is put, I need one more stamp. This was going to say happy birthday, so let me pull out that stamp as well, because I wanted to put happy birthday on the inside and then just do a little decorating, if you will, something kind of fun. I always like to have a surprise inside my cards. So here's the happy birthday. And then I'm going to stamp some of the reeds here, since this is kind of looking like a duck pond. There we go. And then I'm going to add, well, before I change ink, I'm going to finish stamping. So this is going to be the sentiment for the front, and it's going to say, have a lovely day. And so I'm going to stamp this in, again, in Lost Lagoon. That's the color I've been using here. Now, I toyed with what color to put inside, and I picked like my crushed curry. I could have used the peach pie again to make the seed heads here on the reeds. Like they're going to be cattails, or I could have done it in brown, but I thought the golden color might look better. Yeah, I really like that. Perfect. So actually, I'm done stamping. That was all I was going to do. I'm going to start assembling this from the inside out, just so it's easier for me to layer here. So I'm going to dot my glue on like I like to do, not enough to hold, make sure I get the corners, but not too heavy on the glue. There we go. And put this on my insert. And you can see how this coordinates that I've got, whoa, it slid a little too far. I like the liquid glue because you can slide it, just that little smidge if you need to. But you can see how it coordinates that I'm using the Lost Lagoon ink to match the cardstock. So now I'm going to start building these layers. And this had a cute background on it too, but I really opted to use the koi fish. This just to me looked very summery. I don't know how many people have fish ponds in their backyards, but it just looked really cute to me. And now, because I built this up and I've got a couple pieces, I'm going to go ahead and use my Stamp and Seal on here and make sure I get a really good adherence to my card base. Okay. I'm going to center this. I'm putting it on that upper third, or upper 3/4, if you will. And then I'm going to start building this one too. I'll just keep using my seal since it's right here. I'm going to layer this. So I've got the smallest and then the next size up of the deckled rectangle. And I just think this makes that pretty peach pie pop because you've got the fish swimming around there in that color as well. So let's do that. And then I'm gonna use dimensionals on him and make him pop off the page. And because this is just designer series paper and not cardstock, he's pretty flimsy. So I'm gonna make sure I put, you know, plenty of support behind the fish to make sure that she is well supported. And I'm gonna use up all these pieces. I'm gonna get the little fins here. I'm gonna make sure I get a piece on the tail to support that. I don't want it hanging off. Oh, and I got it just a little too far. There we go. And you can see how I'm using all the pieces. I always do this. I use up all the dimensionals. There's just no reason to leave any scrap on here. We're going to use everything we can, and I'm gonna put one more section in there. Perfect. So now let's pull off all these backings. And, you know, it's not critical to get everyone off. This isn't all about making it stick. That one already came off. Stick to the card. It's more about the support behind it. So I'm going to just have him swimming right in there. There we go. And I'm going to get rid of all of these little backings because you know how they end up everywhere. So put them in my trash can right here. Okay, so the last thing, I could add a few gemstones to this, but I think what it needs is I'm going to give him, especially the big guy here, a little wink of Stella, give him some shimmer, and maybe a few of these. I'm just doing the ones that are this pretty shade of peach, salmon, whatever you want to call it, to coordinate with this guy. But I could also see a few, in fact, I am going to do it, a few rhinestones. I'm about to use up this package here, which is fine. Just give it a little more bling, little shimmer here. And I'm just going to spread these out. Let's put a bigger one down here to give it a little sparkle. And so there you have it. Sweet little card. Let me flip this up. Sweet little card. It could be, to me, this is very gender neutral. Anybody would love to receive this. You know, it's a happy birthday greeting. I will remind people that right now Stampin' Up! Has bonus days going on. So for every $5 that you spend, you get a $50 coupon to be spent next month. Add to that, tomorrow on July 23rd, they're running free shipping. So on orders of $75 or more, you can score free shipping. Plus, I'm running a special from now till the end of July, so you can take advantage of all of this. The bonus days, the free shipping tomorrow. I'll give you a 50% bonus in a mystery box. It will come out of my slightly used, some of it's new, out of my stash. So if you spend the $75 to get the free shipping, half of that I will send you in additional product. If you spend $50, I'll send you $25. If you spend $100, I'll send you a bonus of a minimum $50 in product. So you can't lose on this deal. If you like what you see here, products or projects, feel free to contact me. You can reach me at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative. And you can find me, Renee Keese, at the stampinup.net site. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for the next video.